Hello and welcome to Portugal, where Charley Boorman and myself have been getting pretty muddy and sweaty today on this bike behind me. It's the new Triumph Explorer, and this particular model is the XCA, which is the premium off-road version of the bike. So I'm going to start by asking you, Charley, how's your day been? What's been the highlight?
I'm kind of new to Triumph, and there's a lot of sort of expectation for this bike. Like any bike, it's a very niche market. You've got the Beamers, you've got the Triumphs, you've got the Honda, and all these. They're all vying for a position.
Yeah.
And riding this one, the first thing that stands out is that it's incredibly stable. I mean, incredibly stable, and you can load the front end. And we were doing a lot of twisty roads today, and a lot of switchbacks and corners that could really catch you out. And the two things that I noticed was that it was incredibly stable with its progressive suspension, and as well as that, this ABS that you can use on the lean, the cornering ABS, and if you get a little corner kind of wrong, you can really squeeze the power on, and it really gives you confidence to get through corners here, and a lot of power. So the chassis, the whole thing is very good actually.
This bike, it seems to be at least on a par with everything else on the market. So like you said, the cornering ABS and the cornering traction control, which is fantastic. 5 different rider modes on the XCA, including an off-road setup, which adjusts your suspension, your ABS, your traction. So many different things. It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
It is, and I think all this technology helps riders who haven't got the confidence to be confident, and it helps if you're a good rider. It enables you to really use the bike in the maximum way you can.
In terms of comfort, so we did about probably 6-7 hours in the saddle today, and I've been quite impressed. Some of the features on this. So one feature which comes on standard on all models is an electrically adjustable screen.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I found that fantastic, especially when the wind really was up, the rain was hitting us. It's quite remarkable. Behind the new cockpit, you can just hide away and be perfectly kept away from the worst of the weather. And another nice feature is the new seat, which is quite spacious. It's broader, and it's thicker padded as well. I found that really, really comfortable.
What they've done here, which I really like, is that they've gone wider and the length is more, so you can move back and forth and find your position. And because the seat's wider, it means you can sit there for much longer.
Yeah.
And you're not trapped. And as well as that, it has a pretty good seat adjust as well. So you can, if you want to, like we're 5'9". I like the seat high. That's how I like to ride. But you said you changed the seat.
Yeah, I lowered mine. Yeah, it was such a simple process. You just take the pillion seat off and lock it with a key, and slide the rider's seat out, and it's just a case of moving 2 location bars. So quick and easy. And I found, straight away I could touch both feet on the ground. Secondly, I was a lot more confident and comfortable on the bike. Yeah, like you were saying, I think one of the best things about this bike is that it's got the technology, but it doesn't hinder you with your riding. So when we were off-road, it was quite nice to have that safety belt. So when you are sliding the back out, it does let you play, if you're in off-road riding mode, it does let you slide the rear out that little bit, but it just prevents you from having a huge slide and whipping yourself off the bike, which is great.
I think only a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have dreamt of leaving the ABS on and going off-road. You just would never have done it.
You'd never stop.
You'd never stop. You'd just go straight on into the bushes. So, but it is incredible what this bike can do on that bit, and it just gives you that sort of confidence, to go into the corners. And it was wet and it was slippy, and you still were able to sort of launch yourself out of the corner, get great speed, come up on a lip, that little lip that we had, and you get the front end lifting before the traction control sort of stops any fun. So it's there to assist you, but to enhance,
not to stop
your fun,
you,
but not to stop you. And I think one of the first things that you noticed on this bike is tremendously comfortable. The electronics work. It feels stable. It feels easy. It's easy to ride. It's one of those things you can spend the whole day on, get off the bike and not feel too bad. And that's a great asset to have. And as well as that, with the assist suspension, especially for the back, if you have a lot of load on the back or pilling on the back, the suspension on the back is constantly trying to get you to the optimum position for the bike to be able to perform the best.
Yeah.
And it really actually thinks about what weight is on. I think a lot of people should give this bike a go. I think people will be really excited about riding it. It produces much more than you think it will.
So I guess all in all, especially if you're doing those big trips, this is going to be a well-suited bike. I mean,
yeah, I think people are going to be, if people are willing to give it a go.
Yeah.
I think it is absolutely, it is right up there with everything else.
Thanks for your time and for your take on the bike, Charlie.
That's all right.
So yeah, the new Explorer is going to be in showrooms pretty soon. So like Charlie said, get yourself along, take one out for a spin. You will like it, trust me.
Trust him.